Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. Great to have you with us here at the Ridge Motorsports Park. A carnival atmosphere in one of the prettiest areas you can imagine here, the Pacific Northwest, as MotoAmerica Superbikes at the Ridge continues. Final day of action here that we are going to be looking at here. There's a look at Mount Olympus in the background, the center point, if you will, of Olympic National Park. Absolutely stunningly beautiful area, and a track that presents beautiful challenges as well. Hi, everybody. I'm Greg Creamer, joined, as always, by Roger Hayden. Michael Hill will be down in the pit lane for us here. And the Pacific Northwest, beautiful facility. This place, a great track. We had a great race yesterday as well. And let's go back, take a look at some of those highlights for the race that we had yesterday. And I'll tell you what, they just did an absolutely great job. These ladies in that Royal Enfield Build train race, pole sitter Michaela Moore, she just, right now she's the gal. She's just got enough prior experience that she's able to put in some times, but there was some great racing that certainly unfolded behind her.
Yeah, look at number one there, Kaylee Bike. She got a really good start as well and was trying to run with Michaela those first couple laps. You can see her still in that shot.
Yeah, she's the defending champion, and there was the number 37 of Aubrey Crederoli, who had a really good run going and built a solid spot in third, but pushing hard, trying to get to those gals up front, and had the off. You can see how frustrated she was. She knew she had a good run going, and that allowed Sonia Lloyd to pick up that spot and get after it. And as Michaela continued to just build that margin and open it up just a little bit, and everybody watching her and trying to learn from her. But the problem is right now she's so quick that it's tough to stick with her at this stage. And she can really ride, and brought it home with a pretty dominant win. Kaylee Bike in second, the defending champion. And Kaylee really doing the smart thing. She realized that I'm just not going to catch her. Why throw away second place points? And just accepted that second place finish. So now that was the third race in the championship, the doubleheader at Road America, the previous one. So Michaela up top, as you take a look at those results, with Kaylee second, Sonia Lloyd, and Ashley Truxell actually had a pretty good battle for that third spot. Ashley started to close in, and Sonia responded, and you love to see that. That's a really good indicator that they're getting it. Crystal Martinez, one of our returning riders as well. Solid top five. Nicole Perezzo, Lauren Prince, Jessica Martin, and Hannah Stockton rounding out your top 9. So there we go. So apparently we've had an issue with the number 23 of Jessica Martin having an issue out there and pulling that bike off to the side. See if we can figure out what happened out there. Looks like she had some sort of a mechanical issue. You can see the frustration there as she just had to pull off and is now getting that bike over into a safe area. And if she can get it tucked away somewhere, that really shouldn't delay anything at this point, Roger.
No, and it almost kind of looked like maybe a chain issue, as you've seen her looking over to the left side of the bike.
Yeah, just looking down there. So it's unfortunate, obviously, and her day is done. But we're going to be getting ready to go here. They are set for their... Everybody's gassed up. There we go. Getting ready for the warm-up lap, and off they go.
Royal Enfield Build Train race coverage is brought to you by Royal Enfield since 1901, and by Dunlop, the official tire of the MotoAmerica Championship Series.
Well, Roger, we've talked a little bit here as you take a look at the beautiful area around here, and some of these cities just have a great feel to them. But let's talk about a track. Speaking of a track that's got great feel, it is the Ridge Motorsports Park. 2.5 miles essentially, 16 turns, a busy place in those 2.5 miles, and it runs up and down and along a literal ridge line. And it's a technical challenge.
Yeah, and a lot different track from where the ladies came from last time at Road America, with a lot of long straightaways, and the elevation starts through turn 1 all the way through down to turn 5, turn 6, a super long left-hander, kind of like the carousel at Road America. Downhill to turn 8, up 9, really fast uphill right-hander, probably flat out. through there, turn 11 and 12 flows really together. Then turn 13, really hard braking for them. Down through 14 into 15, onto the run to the start-finish line, down into that first chicane.
Probably the tightest turn in the championship is that turn 13, the entire series this year. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for our second race for the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Series. Michaela Moore on pole, and as you can see, pretty good margin, although it's a lot less than it was over Kaylee at Road America than Aubrey Crederoli. She's looking to rebound after that off yesterday. Sonia Lloyd, a great battle. Lauren Prince right there. Ashley Truxell completing row 3, and then we move row 2, starting row 3, Nicole Perezzo, Crystal Martinez, Jessica Martin, who just had that off out there, that problem with the bike, Hannah Stockton, Emma Betters, and Holly Very. And again, Holly out of Canada, and Michael Hill chatted with her a bit earlier, and nice to have her as part of this program as well. Absolutely stunning day here. Starts off out here a little bit chilly in the morning, but now the temperature's up almost 70 degrees, the humidity delightful, a light wind, nothing huge right now, and just really perfect conditions to go racing, Roger.
Yeah, great conditions. It's kind of been windy the last 2 days in the afternoon, and today the wind is down quite a bit.
So waiting for the rest of the field to come on around. You can see Scott Paget, the chief of pit, with the red flag. Once he gets word everybody's on the grid, there'll be a green flag shown at the back of the grid, letting him know the grid is set. And then he gets out of the way. Then the lights come on, and as always, when the lights go out, we go racing. And there's a look at the number 31. And this is going to be an entertaining race. And Ashley Truxell, as we said, all right, here we go. Lights on. We're green. Everybody got away pretty cleanly there. Michaela got a nice start, but look at the launch by Sonia Lloyd. And Kaylee Bike able to out-deep her into the chicane here. And look at the ramp around the outside. I think that was Aubrey. I think she is determined to get back up. Oh, and an off in the back. Up right away. Good to see. You just hate to have a race start like that. That's frustrating.
That first chicane is really difficult. That first lap, you can see the airbags gone off. But just getting up like that, going through that first chicane, everybody funneling down in that really tight right-hander.
Yep.
There's a lot of accidents there on the first lap, but luckily she's up and okay. And Michaela off to another good start like yesterday, and Kaylee's right there again.
That was Emma Betters, by the way, the rider who had the off there as we're watching Michaela and Kaylee. And it was kind of like this for the start of the race yesterday, and then at a certain point we just saw Michaela start to ease away. But in talking to Kaylee afterward, she said, I think I've learned something here. She said, I think in some of the corners I'm running too wide a line, and I'm just running too much real estate here. And you can see that, you know, Michaela just runs slightly tighter lines, but look at the run there that Kaylee got. And so I think Kaylee's made an adjustment. And the irony is here, Roger, Michaela is in this championship because as we watch what happened here, there was that big run up the inside, but it's in the back.
Somebody slowed down in front of her, got into the person in front of her, and then she grabbed the front brake to avoid him while she was leaned over.
So, good, as we said, good news, always the most important thing. She was up right away. But Kaylee recommended to Royal Enfield in the series, you got to get this gal Michaela into this championship. She's raced her before, and you know, she said she deserves a break. And so Kaylee recommended, and how cool is that? Kaylee recommended somebody to the championship that she knew was a little quicker than she was. And you asked Kaylee why, and she said, because I want to learn how to be able to run with her.
Yeah, and she just wants to get faster, and you can see today how much more Kaylee's even improving. You can see she's following all of Michaela's lines like she was talking about, learning from them.
And just, you know, snugging up some of her arcs through corners, you know, on a much faster bike. Obviously, sometimes you can make up the time you would otherwise lose with that longer distance by rolling a lot more speed. Well, these bikes they're just not as fast as some of the other bikes, so run the shortest route. But I'll tell you, the one spot that Michaela really seems to excel is that chicane. Look at the margin.
Yeah, that chicane, I mean, they went through the start-finish line. It was right under a second, and now it looks closer to 2 seconds through that chicane. It just looks like she kind of has a little more comfort changing directions on the bike.
And that's a pretty abrupt one. I mean, you turn into the chicane, there's actually a little incline. It goes up just a little bit, and then it's a pretty abrupt flick there to the right, isn't it?
And there's a couple bumps there as well that can upset the bike, and that's another one of those corners where, you know, you got to use a little bit more track on the exit. It gets pretty wide there.
And that's one of the tough things when, you know, you've got riders you know, in any category that are brand new in essence to the sport, is getting that confidence to go all the way to the outside edge of a track on the exit and roll that speed. You know, you tend to see a lot of riders come in here and they give an awful lot of respect to the exits of those turns, and eventually they start to run all the way out there, flow more speed, as we're watching Sonia Lloyd right here. And look at that, there is Ashley Truxell right in that mix, Aubrey Crederoli right in front of her. So behind Kayla and Kaylee right now, third, fourth, and fifth, having a pretty good little scrap here. And you can see Ashley Truxell all over the back of Aubrey. And Truxell getting a little bit of a run, looks to the inside, not quite able to get it done. And this is that uber tight turn 13 and down into what Michael Hill calls the waterfall.
Yeah, it looked like she had a really good run and just wasn't close enough. Kind of thought about it and then realized she wasn't close enough, and didn't want to take that risk. Still quite a few laps left for her. You know, maybe she's sizing it up for the next lap.
Well, that's part of the game, isn't it? You watch the competitor, and oh, she got a beautiful run. You can see a little bobble there by Aubrey coming through that last corner, but now Aubrey, that inside line, going in deep into the chicane. Let's see, does she get it leaned down? Nice job by Aubrey, got it stopped and got it rolled through that corner absolutely beautifully. But look at the exit again now by Ashley. Huge acceleration coming out there side by side. Finally, it goes the way of Aubrey Crederoli heading in to turn number 1, and that's going to solidify her hold on fourth. But Ashley, who had a great run after Sonia Lloyd yesterday, doing it again with Aubrey. And for Sonia Lloyd up the road just a little bit, I think the fact that she was able to respond and open that gap up in that race yesterday. We're watching Sonia here in that blue number 28. I think that's given her a big dose of confidence that, you know, I can find a little more speed, so let's get after it a little bit earlier. And
being on the podium also gives her quite a bit of confidence yesterday, and you can just see, you know, how much more track she's using today, and that comes down to just gaining more confidence.
And again, Ashley right there with Aubrey, and this is one of those other scenarios where you can see these two riders over the course of a lap pretty even, but look at Ashley use that wider entry in and get a great run out. There are spots on this track clearly where Aubrey's quicker, but also where Ashley's quicker, and at the end of a lap they're literally almost side by side. So they're getting these laps done in a little different style. Boy, right there, Ashley, huge run, has a lot more speed on the exit. Wasn't quite able to get up the inside.
But this is coming into turn 13, and she got a really good run out of 12. Just wasn't close enough to be able to make the pass, but you can see how deep she is on the brakes.
Yep. And this is one of those corners where, you know, you're coming out of that turn 12. And again, if you're relatively new to the sport, and most of these ladies are, you know, to really stand the bike on its nose into a corner like that, that takes a little bit of time to build that confidence. And there you can see Aubrey really gets through that turn 14, 15, 16 complex quite well, and now turns her best lap of the race, and as a result has opened up a little over half a second margin back to Ashley Truxell. So things settling just a little bit. Up front though, Michaela Moore, the number 78, doing a superb job, continuing to just do what she does and just open up those margins. And Michael Hill once again, Michaela out to about a 5-second lead at this point.
Yeah, a 5-second lead, and you joined me actually at quite a good moment because a very animated Kamisha. Oh, now she realizes we're talking to her. This is Michaela's mum, Kamisha. Kamisha, it says "Boss Girl" on the back of the shirt. Boss Mum down here. We need a camera on you the whole time. A proud boss mum indeed. A proud moment for you. What's it like watching Michaela? She's a phenomenal rider.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It's humbling because Michaela just loves to ride. She loves to race, and I don't want to cry.
Oh, wow, emotional scenes down here. Maybe we won't ask you to talk. We'll just watch you because I thought yesterday you were going to put your hip out or something. You get so crazy down here. It's great to watch.
I can only imagine how she's feeling out there and watching her because just Michaela doing what she does, you know.
It's great to see. We'll let you enjoy the rest of the race. Thanks for talking to us.
I can understand her getting pretty animated about what her daughter's doing, because her daughter she has just proved to be something pretty special here this year.
Yeah, and you could just tell her mom how proud she is.
Yeah.
You know, not that her daughter's fast, but, you know, in this program, her daughter has to put it together.
Yeah.
You know, she has to work on the bike, build it, do all that stuff. It's more than just being a fast rider. You can just see how proud her mom is, and that was really cool to see.
That was really touching. And you're right, you know, the BTR, Build, Train, Race, and from Royal Enfield, that's the entire concept of this. It's not just giving, you know, these ladies a chance to get out and ride these wonderful Continental GT650s, but it isn't just the riding of them, it's the understanding the mechanics. That's where the Build comes in. Literally, they get these bikes, and we should really point out here with this program, this has nothing to do with your wallet, right? This is, you go, you audition, and if you get the ride, it's fully funded, everything. You get the bike, but then you have to disassemble the bike completely, rebuild it. Then you do all of your own tweaks on the bike, all of your setup changes, all of that thing. Yes, there are technical staff from Royal Enfield there that will help walk you through it. But the entire idea is first of all, you learn the mechanical nature of the bike. Then you train, and it's not just training riding, that's part of it, but it's physical training, it's media training, it's all of those things. It's really comprehensive, isn't it?
It really is, and it's like you said, it's not just the fastest rider. I mean, you audition, it's about personality, how you are with your peers, and get down and be able to, you know, have her daughter chose to do this, and then she come out here and, you know, be as fast as she is.
Yeah. Look at this. Ashley Truxell, after losing touch just a little bit with Aubrey Crederoli on that number 37 just a few laps ago. Ashley has taken that dark blue and light blue. Look at that move to the inside. She's working the pass, and you know, she's starting to really understand how these corners, as you've talked about, Roger, are connected.
And we talk about this track being technical. You got to set your passes up a couple corners early usually and put yourself in that right spot. And it looks like she's having trouble shifting there.
Yeah.
Ashley did, but she got it in gear. But you can see her really studying, and then, you know, each lap trying to figure out where she can make her pass and setting them up before you get there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, really on this track, you have to play a little bit of chess, don't you? You know, thinking corners ahead, setting up those passes. And right now, Kaylee Bike, defending champion, still sits in the second spot. Sonia Lloyd doing a really nice job right now. Really, I think, you know, the light switch flipped a little bit yesterday for her when she responded to that pressure and drove away. And now she's got that opportunity. But look at this, losing all that time, and then Ashley comes out of that last sequence of corners, looks down to the inside. We got a braking duel down to the inside for fourth, and Truxell's there, got that curve pretty good. That's going to slow her down. And look at that. Crederoli trying to work the outside, gave it a look, but then realized, I think, well, Ashley could exit right where I'm thinking of going here. Smart move to back out of it, live to fight another couple of corners.
Yeah, that was a great pass, setting it up early, but also Aubrey, you could tell she did not want to give up that position.
All right, up we go here. Let's take another look at it here. Look how deep Ashley got in and controlled it.
And the big thing here, too, is getting in deep but stopping it at this part of the corner. And then you can see Aubrey trying to make that, carrying that momentum on the outside. Just ran out a little bit of racetrack, talking about setting up those passes early. You could tell she set up that pass coming out of the last corner.
And she stood it up just really nicely, didn't she, to avoid that little possible touch and got it straightened up. You know, the one thing that I've just been watching here that I think Aubrey is really starting, and pun intended, to get the hang of it. Other than Michaela, I don't think anybody's getting off the bike farther than Aubrey is. She really gets off the bike, and that's going to be a big speed roll for her.
And also Lauren Prince is kind of closing down the gap to these two as well. You can see her into the picture.
Look at this, Aubrey, she has that much earlier turn in there at turn 6, but is able to somehow keep the momentum alive just enough on the exit. Oh, and again, here comes Ashley. Got a really good run. That was actually turn 11, sorry, not 6. And now I thought that Ashley had a really good run into 13. Just wasn't able to get quite close enough. and get down to the inside. But all this little bit of dueling, you're absolutely right. Lauren Prince has trimmed that margin down. The last lap, Lauren ran a lap about 8/10 of a second quicker than these gals. So, and here we go. Ashley once again tucked in the draft. Is she going to try it? You can see Aubrey protecting the inside a little bit. So is Ashley now going to try a little bit of a different approach here, try to get more exit speed on the exit of the chicane. She's rolling it, using every ounce of that curve. That was pretty.
Yeah, that was good.
Great. Look at the pace she got coming out as a result.
Talked about them getting confidence. You see how they're using the curbs. Not only on the entry are they going over the curbs, but now today they're also using those curbs on the exit.
Well, and you know, the thing is, when you do that and suddenly you see you've just gained 5 bike lengths, now that light bulb goes off, doesn't it? It's like, all right, you just have to open these corners up and roll a little bit more speed, and it can make a big difference. And I think right now, Ashley Truxell, this is she's in class, and she is studying furiously right now because she's learning a lot. And Lauren Prince is going to come up and get into this mix. She's essentially there.
They're pushing each other so hard, and I think that's another reason why they're using more of the track and using the curbs, is because they're, you know, pushing each other.
Yeah.
And the faster you go, the more the racetrack that you're going to need to use.
Lauren Prince coming up, adding to the party, and looking at the inside of Ashley Truxell as they come through. Not quite close enough there. There's that tricky run up out of turn 8 through this little kink in 9, 10, and now into 11. This big float. You can see Truxell way wide out there.
Yeah, Lauren Prince looked like she was going to try to make the pass there.
Yep. And I think Ashley has run that line and got a great exit. And this time Lauren Prince got up inside, and that's just going to slow Ashley's exit. And suddenly Aubrey's got a little bit of breathing room here. Going to be interesting down into the braking zone. White flag, last lap for Michaela Moore. And the rest of the field, Michaela is controlling things beautifully once again here. Aubrey Crederoli down through that final couple of corners at the bottom of the waterfall. And boy, I'll tell you, you can see Ashley now using, she's looking like she's comfortable on the curbs. She really used the curb into the chicane on that one lap, and I think she realized, all right, you can touch these curbs.
Yeah, you'll see them use it on the inside there. See them going over the curb, and then they're going to use it more on the exit here. See how close they're getting to the curbs there.
Meanwhile, Michaela just serenely on her way. Another big margin at this stage. And you know, the thing is that she just can, she locks into these laps. You know, her best lap, Roger, a 2:05.3. Her last lap, a 2:05.9. And she's just consistently in the high 2:05s. She's kind of metronomic almost. She can just run these laps.
Just consistent.
Yeah,
you know, the
absolutely.
consistency, getting faster every lap. Now she's kind of backed off a little bit that last lap, and I think she knows that she has a really big lead and doesn't want to force the issue.
Absolutely. Mom Kamisha there giving the camera a wave. She's realizing last lap a 4th straight win potentially for her daughter Michaela. And again, Kaylee Bikes sitting in 2nd. Sonia Lloyd a comfortable 3rd. And what a ride Sonia's put on. We haven't seen a lot of her, but it's because this day after yesterday, she's been able to really control her own pace out there and open up the margin. Last time into 13 in the waterfall down the hill. Just letting that bike lug through there. That Continental GT 650. Last couple of corners. Michaela Moore winding it up. Onto the front straight, and Michaela Moore coming home for win number 4. On the early part of the season, she has got things dialed right now. And Kamisha absolutely ecstatic, as you would imagine, a proud mom. Here comes Kaylee Bike, another very well-judged ride, understanding I don't have Michaela's pace right now. I've got a solid 2nd, get some points. Here she comes, and here comes Sonia Lloyd. And Sonia has been throwing down some pretty good laps here and comes through in that 3rd spot. Look at this battle coming to the line. There you have it. Oh, this is so close. Lauren Prince, does she come up and steal that spot away from Ashley? No. But man, did Lauren Prince close it up at the end. Oh, and this is a big move here. That's Crystal Martinez having Holly Berry, the Canadian, who has come from the back of the pack and has moved up smartly up into the 9th spot. She's really put in a nice ride, Crystal there, and working Crystal as well as Hannah Stockton on that purple number 62. Couple more corners to go onto the front straight, and it is going to look to be the number 50 of Holly Berry coming through, earning that 9th spot. So 8th actually. Yeah. She made the jump. So absolutely great run.
Yeah, she qualified 12th, made up 4 spots. So that's a great job by Holly there. Just keep charging through the whole race.
Yep, never give up, push, and good things will happen. And she picked up 4 spots in that one. So great ride, but none better today than Michaela Moore on the number 78, win number 4.
Royal Enfield Build Train race coverage is brought to you by Royal Enfield since 1901 and by Dunlop, the official tire of the MotoAmerica Championship Series.
Beautiful marina here at this area. Let's go take a look at those highlights once again. Look like Kaylee, she got a really nice start. This wasn't quite enough, but look at that attack move by Aubrey Cretaroli. And then in the back right there, you see Emma Betters. It just got away from her. You said bike checked up in front of her. She had to hit the brake while she was in lead and tipped it over. But then you can see Michaela starting to go, and Sonia Lloyd made the break from Aubrey Cretaroli and Ashley Truxell. But this duel was solid.
Yeah, this battle went on the whole race, and I mean, as they were battling, Lauren Prince was actually, you can see her on the purple bike starting to reel these two in.
Right there, you can see Aubrey get that inside line and be able to make it work. But it was Michaela Moore working her way down the hill through the waterfall. Family absolutely pumped about it, as they should be. And for Michaela, it's 4 for more. That's just an absolutely great start to the season, and she is enjoying right now that victory lap, that lap of honor that you get. For others, it's called the cool down lap. When you win, it's the victory lap.
And when you win, it doesn't last long enough, that lap.
Exactly. You want to soak in every minute. And, you know, with all the efforts that have been done here by this track, by the Ridge Motorsports Park, building these new grandstands, giving these people more, the crowd is bigger than it's ever been here. And these ladies put on a great show. So here you go, the provisional results. Michaela Moore, Kaylee Bike, and Sonia Lloyd on the podium. Then Aubrey Cretaroli, Ashley Truxell 4th and 5th. Lauren Prince, and she was one of the quicker bikes on the track near the end there. Nicole Perezo, Holly Berry, that great last lap pass up into 8th. Crystal Martinez in the 9th spot. And so a nice run for her. Then Hannah Stockton, and then of course Emma Betters and Jessica Martin having problems early in the event. Jessica having the mechanical on the warm-up lap, and Emma's having that early off. But they made their way down into the podium area, and of course they backed the bikes up. And look at that. Again, Kaylee was the one who recommended Michaela to the series, and even though they're fierce competitors, and you know on a certain level Kaylee is, she doesn't like getting beat by these big margins, but they're friends. She's delighted for Michaela, and I think Kaylee recognized that Michaela has, is special. She's got some real skills, and this is an opportunity for her to maybe show some people that she deserves some bigger and better opportunities. But for Kaylee and Sonia and Aubrey, we've talked about this. They see what Michaela's doing, and the message there is, you can do it on these bikes.
And I think just, the goal is just to get better every week and get more confidence and be able to ride with her. And, they all want to get better, so they're just going to keep trying to close that margin down to Michaela and get faster. Like, Holly Berry, her race pace overall was almost 50 seconds quicker than yesterday.
That's impressive. That is absolutely impressive. All right, impressive. That describes Michaela Moore. Michael, you're with our 4-time winner.
Yeah, I am indeed. 4-time winner, 100 points. She's just going to a quick drink here as well. It's thirsty work out there, Michaela. Making it look easy, but I know from speaking to you, it was anything but. Another great job.
Thank you. Man, riding this Royal Enfield, I love it more and more. And with help from Megan and the Dunlop crew coming through, helping with some tires, it definitely helped for this race.
And obviously, again, leading from the front, a little bit of pressure at the start and or the beginning of that race, should I say, but in the end, a comfortable win.
Yes, I knew in the start I saw 2 bikes go by me and they was both teal, so I was like, all right, either someone had to take the line, and I figured with me having the inside line, I had the advantage, and I just, from there, just make sure I hit my marks, and wouldn't have been able to do this without Royal Enfield, Arai, Dunlop, Olins, my parents, Real Bill Racing, Old Time Boofer, and just everyone that came out to support us today.
And I was going to say, your mum, when you watch this race back, your mum has now become an internet sensation. Just watch the race and you'll know what I'm talking about.
I will.
Thanks. Let's move on to our second place finisher, Kaylee Bike. Another 20 points. Again, big smiles, Kaylee, and we saw the big hugs there. Great camaraderie between you girls. As oh God, how close do you want to get to the camera?
He hates me. No, that was a great race. We had a really good start. It was like 3 of us coming into the chicane, and I was like, oh, who's going to take it? Michaela was a little bit ahead, so I let her go. Hung with her for a while. Had some front-end chatter, so I was battling with that a little bit, but tires were good today. Everything held up. I just kind of put my head down and rode my ride.
Oh, great job. I thought you were going to say something else. Great 20 points for the championship. Good job.
Thank you.
Let's move on then to our third place finish. Yeah, come on, ladies and gents, let's make some noise. Let's feel the love down here in the podium, and it's another podium and another big smile for Sonia Lloyd. Congratulations, another well-deserved third place.
Thank you so much. Yeah, going into turn 1, we were almost 3 wide, so it made for a lot more fun racing today, I thought. And, you know, it's only my 8th weekend on asphalt, so this program has been super special to me. You know, when you start, you don't really know what you don't know, so being here in this atmosphere, learning from the best, has been truly incredible.
Excellent stuff. Well, we are going to get ready for the podium. We have been told as well for the fans that are trackside, 1:30 today, you can meet all of the riders in the Build Train race over in their area in the paddock. So we're going to hand back to you, Greg, and we will carry on with our podium down here.
Sounds great. Well-deserved it is, to be sure. All right, I just want to give you a look at the current points now. And of course, Michaela, 4 races, 2 races per event. Perfect, 100 points. But Kaylee, equally perfect, really, in that battle for the second spot almost, except for that one miss, obviously, at Road America with the mechanical. So she's a chunk back. But look at Sonia Lloyd, only 2 adrift to Kaylee. Another, 7 for Crystal Martinez. And Creta Rowley is... she is on the move. She's moving up the order. Behind Michaela right now, this battle is going to get pretty fierce, I think.
Yeah, you can look all the way from Kaylee all the way down to Lauren Prince is all within, 30, 40 points. That's really close.
It is, absolutely. And just watching Aubrey in this race, like I said, seeing how far she's getting off the bike now, I think the everything's starting to click for her just a little bit. And I think she's going to be somebody to really watch as this championship continues. But there you go, Michaela Moore getting the beautiful trophies for Build Train Race from Royal Enfield. And this is not the last time we're going to see them this year, which is a good thing. We love this category. Next time up, it'll be at Brainerd International Raceway up in the Brainerd Lakes Resort area of Minnesota. And then at a track that I just absolutely love, the Pittsburgh International Race Complex, just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So they're going to be back and run a few more times with us. We're looking forward to it. But when we come back, we're shifting gears a little bit. It'll be Super Hooligans coming up for their second race. But celebrations continue for Michaela and Mom.